Good afternoon, third graders. I want to give you a shout out to those of you who have been sending your work to me either through Google Docs or you've been taking pictures of your work and emailing them to me. So keep up the good work when you're doing that, okay? I'd like to see your work. It feels like we're back in the classroom again together. Yesterday when I was reading Winn Dixie, I left you with two questions that I wanted you to try to answer about chapter 12. And that was what happens when Otis plays the guitar? And the answer to that question is the animals became absolutely still and quiet and relaxed. So obviously the animals like when he plays the guitar. And another question I left you with is in what way could Otis relate to the animals? And at the very end of that chapter, Otis says that he can relate to them because he was once locked up too. So they have that connection. The animals are locked up in their cages, and Otis was in jail at one point. So he understands what it feels like. And yesterday, if you hadn't noticed, when I was reading chapter 12, a spider came across the video camera. So I got rid of that web. So hopefully that won't happen again today. All right, we're going to start with chapter 13. Make sure you're thinking about what I'm reading. You might even want to take some jots as I'm reading. Me and Winn Dixie got into a daily routine where we would leave the trailer early in the morning and get down to Gertrude's Pets in time to hear Otis play his guitar music for the animals. Sometimes Sweetie Pie snuck in for the concert too. She sat on the floor and wrapped her arms around Winn Dixie and rocked him back and forth like he was a big old teddy bear. And then when the music was over, she would walk around trying to pick out which pet she wanted. But she always gave up and went home because the only thing she really wanted was a dog like Winn Dixie. After she was gone, I would sweep and clean up and even arrange some of Otis's shelves because he did not have an eye for arranging things, and I did. And when I was done, Otis would write down my time in a notebook that he had marked on the outside. 1 red leather collar, 1 red leather leash. And the whole time, he did not in any way ever act like a criminal. After working at Gertrude's Pets, me and Winn Dixie would go over to the Herman W. Block Memorial Library and talk to Miss Franny Block and listen to her tell us a story. But my favorite place to be that summer was in Gloria Dump's yard. And I figured it was Winn Dixie's favorite place to be too. Because when we got up to the last block before her house, Winn Dixie would break away from my bike and start to run for all he was worth, heading for Gloria Dump's backyard and his spoonful of peanut butter. Sometimes Dunlop and Stevie Dewberry would follow me, and they would holler, "There goes the preacher's daughter visiting the witch." "She's not a witch," I told them. It made me mad the way they wouldn't listen to me and kept on believing whatever they wanted to believe about Gloria Dump. One time, Stevie said to me, "My mama says you shouldn't be spending all your time cooped up in the pet shop and at the library, sitting around talking with old ladies. She says you should get out in the fresh air and play with kids your own age." That's what my mama says. "Oh, lay off her," Dunlop said to Stevie. Then he turned to me. "He don't mean it," he said. But I was already mad. I shouted at Stevie. I said, "I don't care what your mama says. She's not my mama, so she can't tell me what to do." "I'm going to tell my mama you said that," shouted Stevie. "And then she'll tell your daddy, and he'll shame you in front of the whole church. And that pet shop man, he went to jail, and I wonder if your dad even knows that." "Otis is not that," I said, "and my daddy knows that he was in jail." That was a lie, but I didn't care. "And you can go ahead and tell on me if you want, you big, bald-headed baby." I swear, it about wore me out yelling at Dunlop and Stevie Dewberry every day. By the time I got to Gloria Dump's yard, I felt like a soldier who had been fighting a hard battle. Gloria would make me a peanut butter sandwich straight off, and then she would pour me a cup of coffee with half coffee and half milk, and that would refresh me. "Why don't you play with them boys?" Gloria asked. Because they're ignorant, I told her. They still think you're a witch. It doesn't matter how many times I tell them you're not. I think they're just trying to make friends with you in a weird kind of way, Gloria said. I don't want to be their friend, I said. It might be fun having them two boys for friends. Well, I'd rather talk with you, I said. They're stupid and mean, and they're boys. Gloria would shake her head and sigh, and then she would ask me what was going on in the world, and did I have any stories to tell her, and I always did. So, Gloria Dump and Gloria Dump has a really good relationship with Opal right now. And Gloria, I feel like, is trying to get Opal to stop yelling at the Dewberry Boys and to almost just be kind to them, and that they might actually be good friends. So I wonder if Opal will listen to Gloria's advice. Wondering that. Okay, boys and girls, when you are reading your fiction books at home, a fiction book that has strong characters in it, always remember to be thinking about the characters and the problems they face and the reactions that they have throughout, because the reactions of characters change throughout a whole entire story. Usually they don't stay, the same. They might have certain character traits throughout the story, but their reactions are quite different depending on what problems they face. So try out Another Story Mountain if you can. All right, no spider in this video. Remember, get outside too. It's beautiful out right now. Bye-bye.